So I am just starting with 3D printing, and I found that my initial models had some issues, and it wasn't a problem with my STL file so much as a problem with how I was printing things. So if you look at this, I've got little strings hanging from my print, and it was just not right, and I couldn't figure out why, but after a little research, I found out that I needed support. So every model, if you go into Bambu Studio and take a look, not every model, but many models need support. They have overhang. So as you can see, this mushroom is held up by its stalk here, or whatever you would call that on a mushroom. But then there are the tips out here that have issues printing. You need something to hold them up as well. And that's something you can test for in Bambu Studio. So if I kind of rotate down to the bottom so I can see the under part of my model, and then I go to file, this next to file, there's a drop down. Then I go to view, and then from there, I go over to show overhang. Now in red, I can see everything that needs some support. So I definitely need to add support to my model. So you may be over here in quality. You need to navigate to support right here and then enable it. So I didn't have it enabled initially. I did just now, but initially it wasn't enabled. So if you select that and then the type of support you like, I'll start with normal, but I also want to show you tree because tree is my favorite. So if you select normal and then go to preview, it takes a second to compute, and then it shows what the preview will look like. This will look like what it's printed out as. Now, don't worry, it doesn't keep this extra filament. It's very simple to just break that off after, but that will solve your problem. Now your model won't have those little strings. You'll have support around it that you snap right off at the end of the print, and it'll look perfectly fine. So like I said, I want to show you the tree formation. That is much better in my opinion if it works for you, because it's really, really easy to break off, and I think it uses a little bit less filament. So that's what tree looks like. Now you can also customize your support if you go into the advanced tab, but I'm not going to do that for this basic tutorial. I just wanted to show you kind of what you need to do if you are having the same issue as me. So that is all. I hope this helped you guys, and please join me for some more 3D printing material. Another way to locate overhang that is very helpful is to go into preview mode, and you'll see that your object is colored by the different types of filament layout. So we've got an outer wall in orange, and then if I look here, I've got some blue peeking through, and that is an issue. So that'll show us where the overhang wall is. And if I unselect it, I can see the inner wall over there, but it'll identify exactly where the overhang is, which is super useful and is reflected precisely on where the error was on my print. So I can see this little part is an error, and over here is an error, and that's exactly where things fell apart when I tried to print out. So that's another way to identify where your overhang may be. Like I said, just put in support and you'll be fine.